Ann is with us in Sacramento. Hi, Ann. How are you?
I'm great. How are you, Dave?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
Well, I think my circumstances are quite a bit different from other people you've been talking to. I was introduced to you about 3 months ago. I read a couple of your books. I'm 66 years old, but I'm married to a man that is 80, just turned 80, and we've been married about 4.5 years. When I retired from my job, I had about $70,000 in investments. That dropped down to 50. This was 10 years ago. It dropped down to 50, and now I'm up to about 82. So I've invested very conservatively, and I haven't done well in the market at all. I've been with about 5 different investment companies, and they always take the cream of the crop off the top when you get in, so I haven't done well. My husband and I have saved about $11,000 in investments, so we've got a total of about $93,000. Our income, monthly income, is very good. He's got 2 retirements. I've got 1. There's an annuity, but we both get Social Security. So our gross income for a year is about $107,000, a little bit more than that. So we don't really need to get into our investments. In fact, we haven't ever since we've been married. We haven't touched them at all. Anyway, just wondering if you could give me a little guidance. Right now, in our investments, we've got 36% in domestic, 18 in foreign, 36 in bonds, and 9 in short term. And I'm throwing a lot out at you, but we also bought a second home. My home was paid for when we got married, so we have a second home in a more southern weather, better weather vicinity, and it's worth about $220,000, and we owe about $135,000 on it. So that's another question: whether we should rent it out, whether we should sell it, should we enjoy it as we do?
How often are you there?
I'm sorry?
How often are you there?
Not a lot right now. During the winter months, we try to get here, and then maybe.
How often are you there?
How often? Maybe once a month for a week, other than winter months, and we're here about 3 months.
Okay, well that's a lot. That's more than I thought. Okay, all right. What have you thought about just moving there?
We have, but it's hard because the family's up the other way. But that is an option. We have discussed it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, they make hotels at either end, and you could enjoy those for a lot less money. But that's nothing here is killing me. I'm not a big proponent of bonds, as you know from listening to me. And I assume when you talk about the way you've got this stuff invested, that you mean it's invested in mutual funds.
Yes.
Okay, that's good news. So you're well diversified among those categories. Short term, the only thing I do short term for is for an emergency fund. And I don't know if 9%, $10,000, if that's your only emergency fund, then that's probably about right.
No, we do have a $10,000 in emergency funds.
In addition to this, okay.
Yes,
so really, in a sense, that leaves you 20. That's still not the end of the world. And the bonds is not the end of the world. You're probably a little heavier in that than I would have you. That's more of a traditional portfolio that the financial planning community would outline that I don't agree with. But I don't think it's the end of the world. The biggest thing is, as interest rates go up, those bond values are going to go down. That's the thing you got to remember about those. And that's my biggest problem with bonds, is that they really don't give as good a return as stocks, and they have virtually the same level of volatility. And so that's my biggest gripe. I'm not a bond fan. But other than that, I don't hear anything there that's done, poorly, or that I would jump up and down and say, oh, it's a bad idea, or those kinds of things. It's not necessarily a bad idea. So, I think you probably need to stay the course. The one question you could ask yourself is just this question you're asking about the housing. And you might be better off to go completely one direction or the other and just say, when we're with family, we're gonna keep the vacation house, sell the other one. When we're up there visiting family, we're just gonna rent something, or we're gonna just get a hotel. And you can get that comparatively, the number of dollars out of pocket, a lot cheaper than owning something. Owning something is pretty much a luxury in these situations, and you don't have to, but that's a way you could free up a bunch of cash. This is the Dave Ramsey Show.